Welcome back to my video series on connecting to your soul to enhance your life and to bring out your spiritual gifts. I'm so excited to be doing the third video in this series, and I want to talk about today to continue to learn how to connect to your soul. The first way being just the acknowledgement that we have a soul within the body, that the soul is the energy that lives within us and a little bit outside of us. And that when you connect to it, you really open up to so much more. Some people call it the universe, universal love, source, God, whatever the name you want to choose for it is fine. Today's topic is learning to love yourself. Being a therapist, I always try to help people, encourage them to like themselves and to treat themselves better. And it really is a tough thing for most people. Most people don't really like themselves, and some people will say they do, but then treat themselves in ways that often seem like they don't. And I think it's an issue for all of us. It was an issue even for me. So when I hear people in my office talking about how they don't like how they look, they don't like their jobs, they don't really like the relationships that they're in, they're just in so much pain. And I really felt for them. And also, I was in my own pain too. So I kept asking Spirit, my soul, for help. How can I help people? How can I get them out of this, web of thinking? And when I opened up to my soul, it opened up this whole other perspective for me. So much so that I actually channeled a book with my soul called The Forgotten Friend. This is the book. And it's all about self-love and self-care. And I'll have to say, learning to love yourself without the soul is really difficult. It's not easy. You can do it, but it does feel like you're trying really hard. I see people really working on their affirmations, trying to change their thoughts about themselves, and really trying to support and treat themselves better. And it can work up to a point. And I do think that to really feel that love for yourself, it's really helpful to connect with your soul, because it becomes very, very easy. When you're in the energy of your soul, you just feel loved, and you feel who you are, and you feel the essence of your being. And when you're in the mind and when you're in your thinking and your thoughts, you're not really feeling any of that. So what your mind will do is every time you try to say something nice about yourself, your mind will kind of spit it out. Nope, that's not true. When you try to, say that, well, I'm smart, your mind will point out the one time you failed a test, or if you're trying to say, I accept my body as it is, your mind will then point out how unhealthy you eat. So it seems like we're always kind of fighting a little bit of a battle within the mind. And the mind being so limited, it doesn't really mean to do that to us. It's just its job. The mind is like a computer and can sense when we're not 99% feeling it. So if we're trying to convince ourselves to like ourselves, to love ourselves, and to treat ourselves better, the mind and the ego just kind of picks it up and says, nope, nope, I'm not buying it. So it becomes very difficult. So the easiest thing then to do is to connect to your soul and ask your soul, can you please help me? Can you help me learn about myself? And can you help me to understand what it is that I'm trying to do in this life, and help me to understand myself and to have some compassion for myself. And really, when you're in the soul energy, you're not trying anymore. You're just in knowing. There's no doubt. In the soul energy, it's complete. It's complete love, and no other feelings really exist. You just feel how cherished you are, and how much goodness there is in you, and all the beautiful aspects of you. That's all the soul ever talks about. When I go into people's soul energy, all it wants to really talk about is how wonderful people are, and how smart they are, and how they use their mind in such creative and lovely ways. And that's not something that my mind would kind of go to right away as a therapist. So that's how I knew this energy that I was tapping into felt so, so different and really has made me feel better. I am not perfect, and I'm human and I make mistakes, but I have a deep sense of feeling loved, and I have a deep sense of being okay with who I am, and that has really changed everything for me. So anytime I go through any life experience, I carry that love with me. So it buffers all the things that we have to go through, all of the changes that we have to go through in life that can be difficult. So if you're learning to love yourself and you've started with affirmations and you've started with books like mine on, some tips on how to do it, that's great and it's a great start. But really, if you want to put it in high gear, if you really want to get there quick, this is really a shortcut because, of course, I took the long way and I did do all of this work to try to love myself. And at the end of the day, I kind of felt like, wow, as much as I tried to love myself, when something happened or I got triggered, I was right back to square one with all those bad feelings keep coming up. And to some extent, sometimes they do still come up when an issue comes up and someone says or does something that's upsetting to me. All those feelings will come up. But then as I go back into my soul energy, it's comforted. It's a reminder that this is human and it's okay that I feel insecure. Or it's okay that I have these feelings. Because in my past that I've had instances where this has happened. And so it's normal and it's natural to have the feelings that I have. The soul doesn't take your feelings away. It just explains it to you. The soul will tell you every feeling, every thought that you have is accurate. It's just not the whole story of you, which is the best news ever. You do not want your mind to be the whole story of you. Because it's so limiting. If you just believed everything that your mind told you about you, we would all be very, very depressed. It would not be a good situation. Thank God we have people in our lives that reflect back to us our goodness and the things that are good about us and what they like and love about us. Because when they're doing that, they're in their soul energy and they're expressing that to us. So, thank God we have other people to do that for us. But we really can do it for ourselves. And you feel so much better when you do it for yourself because then there's no dependency. There's no dependency on a relationship. There's no dependency on your children or on friends to help you to feel a certain way because you just feel it. You just feel so much better. So connecting to your soul, the first step is recognizing that it exists within you, that there's this other voice, there's this friend, this mentor, this wise guide within you. And that when you pull out of your mind and you go into this energy, you're going to feel a vast difference. And the difference is so apparent. When you hit on it, you will know. And there have been times when you've naturally been in your soul. Times when, maybe you're doing something that you love and things are just flowing. That's when you know you're naturally just in your soul. When you're with people in a group, maybe at a concert, and you're just all of a sudden feeling connectedness and love, you've just moved into your soul. There are many, many times when you're naturally in your soul and you're just not recognizing it. Usually it's when you're doing something you truly love because your soul resonates with love and the energy of love. So when you fall in love and you do things that you love, you're naturally moved into the energy of your soul. But you don't have to wait just for those times. You can go into the energy of your soul any time that you want to. It's there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the best therapist. It's the best friend. It's the best partner. It's the best guide. And it has infinite wisdom. Your soul has been around for many, many, many lifetimes, if you believe in that, which I do, that we've had many, many lifetimes. The soul knows of all your lifetimes and all your achievements and all your gifts and can bring all of them to you to the forefront and helps you to move out of the mind where the mind is just really focused on, accumulating, getting things, feeling better. the ego mind is very insatiable. It's like a child. I call it the ego child because we all have this ego child within us that wants more, 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 more because we think that that's going to make us happy and we think that's what's going to make us feel better and good about ourselves. And the soul says no. Those things in and of themselves do not do it. We can enjoy all those things, and you enjoy those things much better when you're in the soul. So when you're in your soul energy, you get to come and take your soul energy into doing all the things you love to do. Like I love to teach, I love to write. So I take my soul energy into doing the things that I love to do so that I feel it's just much easier for me to do it. And there's not as much doubt and there's not any criticism. Without being in the energy of my soul, I could have never written a book. I could never be doing this YouTube video. There's just no way. My ego would be like, who do you think you are trying to do all this stuff and help people? It just would not work. But being in the energy of my soul, I feel like very compelled and very passionate to try to help people because I've spent so many years feeling so bad about myself and watching other people feel so bad about themselves. So this is a shortcut to loving yourself, is just to go into that soul energy. Think of the times that you're naturally there, and you can start there. But just an acknowledgement that your soul is with you and asking your soul for its perspective on you, especially when you're upset, it is really a fantastic thing to do. Or to start your soul journal, write questions for your soul. It can feel a little artificial at first, but you'll get the hang of it, and the results that you will get and how you'll feel so much better is going to start to kick in. And then you're not going to fight it so much. We always think that staying in our mind is the only way to figure our problems out. And our mind is like a computer and can be very helpful and can help us do many, many things. But when it comes to evaluating you, do not let your mind evaluate you. Your mind is going to always come up with reasons why you are unlovable and not good enough. And I'm here to tell you, your soul thinks the world of you. Your soul loves you. Your soul cherishes you like you wouldn't believe. Your soul almost worships the ground that you walk on. So, that is what you want to take away. And that's what you want to feel. I feel that for you. I feel that for me. Everybody deserves to feel that. So give yourself a chance to feel that by going into your own soul energy and take that shortcut. Don't go the hard way. Try to pull out of your mind and try to, ask your soul for help and guidance and how to handle your feelings and how to handle your relationships and to help you on your path. And you will be amazed. It just brings magic right back into your life. So I hope this helps. Please leave me any comments. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If you have any thoughts on topics for me to cover or anything that you would like to talk about, please just list it below. This is all new to me, so if you have any suggestions on making this channel better or making this series better, I really welcome it. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you soon.